You have to give away the football, but the 2 points, that means this is now a two-score game.
Yeah, and that's tough to deal with, isn't it? This little time left. Those 2 points doesn't seem like a lot, but it means everything now. Those are going to be the ones we're going to look back on. Those 2 points right there, the play of the game.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. This is taken at the 18. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
They'll begin the drive with Carson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That goes for a gain of 31. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On first down, it's Carson. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Eight yards to go on second down.
Operating from the gun, Booker. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Booker rolling to his right, letting one go deep for the end zone. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Coming up, here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Myers' kick is good. And that will bump up the lead again to 12-0.
12. Cardinals, nothing.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will be a touchback. No return from Isabella.
Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down by 12. A little over a minute and a half remaining. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Murray, he's used to moving fast at Oklahoma. He'll get his guys up to the line. And the pressure gets to him again.
Kyler Murray.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. From the gun, Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
They're going for it. It's Murray. He's going to let it fly. And some room to work. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Intercepted by the Seahawks. They'll take over.
How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Out comes Chris Carson in the Seattle offense.
And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
DK Metcalf. Incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Peterson.
Play action. Booker. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So the victory here for Seattle, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for the Seahawks, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
It was a tough break for the injured guy, but this was huge for me. The press wanted a quote, which is how things happen like they did. I smiled for a few last photos and left the podium. Later that day, I checked the headlines and was shocked to see one in particular about my press conference.
Today, from CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Seattle Seahawks taking on the New York Giants.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the New York Giants. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they come in playing well on both sides of the ball. Winners of 6 of their last 8 games.
In the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Rashad Penny on the return.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4". And a first carry now for Hyde. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Hyde, the ball carrier.
He was Brandon 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage. Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
That's
good. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And that's good.
A look at the numbers from last week for Olsen. 5 catches, 78 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter but that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 37. Nice third down conversion at even 20 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Booker. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Another Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Off the play fake. Booker sliding out of the pocket. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, Corey Ballantyne. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Giants go to work on offense for the first time, and it's Daniel Jones leading the way, the number 6 pick in the 2019 draft.
A little bit of broken record time, partner, because we know that this young man, Daniel Jones, was a surprise pick at number 6 overall. But I thought that he got better and better as the year went on in his rookie year. A lot of trial by fire. Needs to protect the football better while in the pocket, but when he's at his best, he can throw it and run it, and he's an ascending quarterback. 24 touchdown passes as a rookie.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
No gain on the
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
at the 27-yard line.
From the gun, Jones. He completes it to Tate. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Complete.
Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
7. Giants nothing.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brings up second.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Saquon Barkley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Barkley on the carry. Quandre Diggs on the tackle.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence.
There goes Sterling Shepard. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Touchdown, New York.
Sterling Shepard. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded right around the 8. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
On the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Booker. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leap behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 42. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
1st and 10.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the gun, a give to Hyde. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
The ball carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked off.
And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach. Okay, so he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25. A look at Sterling Shepard as he and this offense gets set to go again. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. From the gun, Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Jones now on 1st and 10. Finds his tight end Ingram. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Complete to Evan Ingram.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones, he's got his man. This is Tate. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
On for the field goal, a 37-yard attempt.
Vinatieri's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
14.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Penny on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll get things started in the NFC West with L.A. making the trip to the desert to take on Arizona. and this one already a 2-touchdown game as they've just gone to halftime. Josh Reynolds, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, we'll take the trip east to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau. And they trail the visiting Eagles at halftime. Miles Sanders, well on his way to a 100-yard afternoon. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. The Patriots trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
On the return, the Giants take over first and 10.
New York ready to go again offensively. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. That'll bring up second down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Jones throwing again. And this one complete to Levine Toilolo. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
On the play.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Open man right side is Ingram. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
27.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he stopped immediately there.
Saquon Barkley, the ball carrier.
Good tackle there by Jaron Reed, the former 2nd-round pick out of Alabama. And that's why he was drafted. But he's really shown an excellent ability to rush the passer as well.
Here's Jones on 3rd and 2. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
4-yard attempt.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
On the return, the Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their own 19-yard.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. There to stop him was Rashawn Golden. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
2nd and 6. They run it again with Hyde. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers, but in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
To throw on 3rd down, Booker. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 15. 1st down, Seahawks.
1st and 10.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 40. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
40-yard line.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
David Mayo brought him down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, Booker. Eluding the pressure right. Complete to Dorsett. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Seahawks. 1st and 10.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
13.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here's Carson. Powers through, and he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Muscles him off. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that's sets up a 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run.
To kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And New York set to take the field. Still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll set up the throw from the gun. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
And the Giants.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Jones. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Complete.
It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. Caught right side, Tate. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Jones.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
A gain of 13 yards.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
1st down.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants.
Complete to number 80.
Sterling Shepard. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game.
Giants.
A big play looming for the Giants as they'll go for 2. Now Jones operating from the gun. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
No good.
And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Fielded right around the 8. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now this throw caught left side. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Dorsett making the catch. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that might just seal the deal here. It makes it a 2-score game with not a lot of time on the clock. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 25 yards.
So now Jones and the Giants down by 9. A minute 45 to play. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10. Jones now throwing on 1st down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. But now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Off play action. Booker. Flush to his right. And able to find Dorsett. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On 1st down, it's Carson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Working with 2nd and 5 now. They'll keep it on the ground. Carson. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Off the play fake. Booker. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Booker. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter. And a QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. Operating from the gun. Booker. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. One of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points
Get to stay home again next week as the New York Jets come to town. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.